Hello, seniors. This is my tribute to you. My thoughts, my reflections. It is not professionally edited, but it's from me to you. All right, class of 2020. I'll put the mic up so you can definitely hear me. We all know that that's not a problem in my classroom. But let me first start out by telling you how blessed I am to have taught all of you. Most of my classes were seniors, so I think that's why I wanted to do this. Shout out to all of you. Um, I'm proud of you. This has not been the norm. See how I threw some stats in there. This is definitely not the norm. Um, but one thing that I've always been is honest with you. I was honest with you probably the week before this all hit that prom wasn't going to happen. I was honest with you with other things. I'm always honest. So I'm going to be honest. This sucks. I'm sure you're sick of it. We're month 2. I'm sick of it. You had rushed. If you had goodbyes, like I did tell you to take your computer home, but you probably had rushed goodbyes, and I get that. Um, you know, it's been difficult in that sense. Um, you've had a lot of no's. No, you can't go out. No, you can't hang with your friends. No's. You've had lots of no's. And you also have had a lot of things that never will happen for you. You didn't have your senior prom. You didn't have your senior picnic. You didn't have your graduation the way that you pictured it was going to be. So you're sad, you're mad, you're confused, you're questioning, which is normal for your age, 100% normal for your age. But those are normal reactions. I've had probably half of those over the last 2 months. But just know that all the adults in your lives have your back. We got you. School and all those things are definitely important, but there's bigger and better things to come. With every adversity, think back to all of you have taken history. With all the adversity we've had, we make a movement forward. There's progression, there's change. You are bookmarked by 2 momentous things in our society. Um, most of you were post September 11th or somewhere around September 11th. So you don't remember the times of walking in airports to the gates and all those things. And your bookmarks are going to be, notice I'm in my library, your bookmarks are going to be the September 11th and COVID. And your life was everything that's in between. And from someone that's old, I can tell you that life changed after September 11th. Life is going to change after this, even after we get back to our new normal. Again, stats. Things are going to change, and I realize that, and things are going to be better. Some things are going to be better. Some things are going to be different. You don't remember probably not having to take your shoes off at the airport. Because that's just what you grew up with, and it was fine, and it didn't affect your friendships and the things you did in high school. So what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you some life lessons here. I'm going to break them up into some of the funny ones, and then I'm going to also break them into some I think would, for you as graduating seniors, are important. But what you're going to remember and what you're going to tell your kids and their kids are going to tell their kids are your memories. First of all, your memories of high school, but even more important than that, your memories of being, yes, my phone beeped. But I'm not cutting it out. Your memories that you had, that I can tell you where I was when the first space shuttle blew up. I can tell you where I was when September 11th was. I was in room 750, which happened to be 753 at that point, with my students. So I remember where I was when the towers were hit. You're going to remember what you were doing and where you were when this hit, because this is even bigger. This affected the entire world. If you're a human being on planet Earth, somehow COVID-19 has affected your life. So you're not alone. We've got your back on this thing. So I'm going to give you some funny life lessons, and I'm going to give you some other lessons that I think will be pertinent moving forward. So enjoy, and then let me know what you think. Hope you enjoy this. Okay, life lessons. So if I look to the side, it's because I'm looking at my little sheets that we would have normally in class. So first one is be mindful of who you take advice from. So I'm going to leave that one for you to think about over the next 30, 50 years. It's good to take advice. It's good to have lots of mentors, but just be careful on who you take that advice from. Okay. Now, this is one I have not talked about in class. Learn to dance. Okay. So here's why. I'm a horrible dancer. On the side note, just like it, it's like Elaine from Seinfeld. If you've ever seen that, is me dancing, or if you've seen Drew Collins dance, it's not pretty. Anyway, learn to dance. If you're good, you'll impress people. And if you're bad, you'll entertain people. So when you go to the wedding, it doesn't matter. Dances are more fun when you're willing to put yourself out there and take a chance. That's a great life lesson, not only at dances, but if you're good, you'll impress people. It's like playing the piano. If you're not, and you try to play it, it will be okay. Okay. Find something that makes you happy. Find work that makes you happy. If you change the world, that's even better. Okay. And this goes into what's happening in the world right now. If you've heard about R naught, R naught is, we're at an R naught. The discussion is 1.6 to like 6. Basically, an R naught of 1 is if I have the disease, I give it to one other person. So things grow exponentially, they grow fast. Anyway, what you need to do for your life is get a big R naught, which means you need an R naught of 3 people. So, you influence 3 people, they influence 3 people, they influence 3 people, and the world can change that way. So find work that makes you happy, but also find work that hopefully can change the world, because obviously the world needs some help at this point. So in a canoe, do your share. Do your work. So it's easy to coast is what the point of that life lesson is. If you're in the back of the canoe, you can let the person in the front do all the work. So make sure in a canoe you're doing your share of the work. Okay. Freshman self can't please everyone, which you would agree, I bet. But that's also in life. Okay. You're never going to please everyone. You're never going to make everyone happy. When you put your head to your pillow, did you make the world a better place? Do you feel good about the person that you've become and the people that you've influenced? If that's the case, then that head hitting the pillow will make you, you'll be able to fall asleep is what I'm basically telling you. Okay. Don't peak in high school. That's a good one. None of you are going to do that. Have a signature look. So this goes to Mr. Collins in class. I know I have signature looks. Okay. But you should always have one. It will embarrass your kids if nothing else, roll the eyes, the stare, I love the stare. I love when I looked in the back of Algebra 2 and I just give a look and they go, what, Mr. Collins? I didn't say anything. I was saying something because most communication is nonverbal, but no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Okay. You're all great. You all have great tendencies, all have great things that you can give to the world. Don't let other people influence it. And that goes to one of my other ones, comparison is the thief of joy. That's not on my list here, but that's the world, especially with all the technology. Don't let that, be you. Be you. If you've made your point, stop talking. Yeah, that will save a lot of arguments. I remember listening to a graduation speech and they were talking about wearing sunscreen. The whole thing was about wearing sunscreen. You should wear sunscreen. Okay. Now that's bigger than actually wearing sunscreen. You should wear sunscreen. You don't get skin cancer, blah, blah, blah. You should also do it. It won't affect you for 20, 30, 40 years. It's the same thing with exercise. It's the same thing with how you eat. All of those things affect you later in life. Okay. So that's where make good decisions from Mr. Dahman come into play. Happiness equals reality minus expectations. I love that one. Happiness. Okay. First of all, you should laugh every day. Please laugh every day. Okay. Go back and watch Mr. Collins' old TikToks if you need to laugh every day, but laugh every day, please. But happiness equals reality minus expectations. Think about it. Social media. Your habits decide your future. This is a good one. I love this one. It's hard right now to get in habits. It's hard to get in a routine. It's going to be hard for some of you that work next year, that go to school next year, that get into those habits. You have to force yourself to get into habits. I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to do these things. I have a routine that I do every day. It's pretty consistent. When I wake up maybe differs by about a half hour, but try to get a habit, and you build habits over long periods of time. Never quit learning. Never, ever, 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 ever quit learning. There's so many things I don't know that I want to know, and I just don't have time to know. But you live in a world of technology that if you don't know something, you can figure it out and you can find it quickly. Don't underestimate that. Be blessed that you were born when you were. Actions speak louder than words. I'm going to leave that one. Never lie to your doctor. I have said this a billion times. It's similar to clip your toenails after you come out of a shower, all those kind of things. This is do not lie to your doctor. Do not lie to your doctor. It's the one person that needs to know everything. And why? Should I pause so you can answer it? Because I know all of you know this. Because they're problem solvers. They can't solve the problem if they don't have all the information. Okay. That one I did. Be who you needed when you were younger. So this will be more pertinent probably after college or, when you're my age, but be that person. I've tried to be that person. I haven't always succeeded. I can tell you that. I've probably failed more than I've succeeded, but I know the teachers and the people that influenced my lives. So I've tried to play that forward in teaching and coaching and those kind of things and giving you life lessons. Life is not a Disney movie. I wish it was. I think that one. Don't overload your plate. So I put that one. That one's on a plate, right? Don't overload your plate. That is true. But that's bigger than just food. Learn to say no. It's okay. Some of you can say no very easily, but some of you don't do it quite as well. Don't pee into the wind. I know you love that one. That one, again, is deeper than some of the other ones. Never swing at the first pitch. Here's a big one that I recently just thought about. Never be the last one into the pool. And that was the one I think I did a TikTok on that. But the big life lesson, remember our Venn diagram. Okay. Find something, what you love to do, what you're good at, something that loves you back, and hopefully it pays well. If you find those things and the intersection of those things, you're gonna be very happy. I miss giving you these life lessons every day in class. I miss all of you. I wish I could have my goodbye. I wish I could play my Phineas and Ferb as you walk out after finals. But I know that's not going to happen. So this is my parting words for you. Be the best person you can be. You're going to succeed some days. You're going to fail some days. It's okay. Just try to be the best person. Try to leave this world in a better place. When you borrow somebody's car, fill it up with gas before you return it. When you visit somebody's house, make sure you make the bed that you stayed in before you leave. Always leave the world a better place. And I think happiness will follow. So this is my gift to you. You're all going to be great. Make sure you come back and visit. I'll probably be sitting at my desk, probably helping students at lunch. But just make sure you come back and say hello. Hi, seniors. I miss you with all my heart. I love you. Class dismissed.